said, "I'll sue." Police accuse him of saying, "I'll shoot." Either way, he was in handcuffs, the subject of an Atlanta News First investigation. This is Behind the Investigation with Atlanta News First Investigates. I'm investigative reporter Sierra Cummings. I've got investigative reporter Andy Parati with such a riveting story. Tell us about it, Andy.
So this is a story that I learned simply by a phone call. Daniel Walston reached out to me. He said that I was falsely arrested. We get a lot of these calls, a lot of these email claims, but we decided to look into it.
Watch that man, Gino. Watch that man. Watch that man.
Douglasville Police!
Half a dozen police officers surround a Douglasville home in May 2025 in search of a wanted man.
Danny Watson, come to the front door with your hands up!
I was holding my son, and my wife told me to not move. She said, "Don't move. You have a laser pointer on your chest."
Inside, his wife and 2 children. Outside, officers with guns drawn and a canine ready to pounce.
Stand up. You're going to get bit by a dog if you don't comply.
You really thought that they were going to shoot?
I did. I honestly did tell my wife I love you. If I don't see you again, I do love you.
You come out or we come in!
Daniel Walston followed the officers' orders.
Calm down. All right, I'm good, I'm cool.
In custody after a judge signed this arrest warrant, claiming Daniel threatened to shoot the police for being on his property.
You're under arrest, you got a warrant for terrorist threats, all right? For threatening to kill the officers last night.
In August, a Douglas County grand jury indicted him for terroristic threats, a felony that carries up to 5 years in prison. Daniel
I never threatened any officers, dude.
claimed it didn't happen.
I know. But bro, I didn't threaten anybody, dude.
And Atlanta News First investigation uncovered Daniel's arrest should never have happened. He did make a threat, but it had nothing to do with shooting or hurting the police.
Hey, what's going on? You called?
It all started the evening before officers swarmed Daniel's home. He and his wife got into a verbal argument on May 12, 2025. Daniel says they were drinking.
Things were messy that night. Is that fair?
Yeah, fair.
Police were called because Daniel's wife saw his gun in the kitchen.
Do you not understand that my babies are in there right now? I got 2 babies
If you're
in
not
there.
gonna listen to me, we're gonna leave.
She was later arrested for disorderly conduct.
Please.
Officers tried to speak with Daniel. He refused. Here's the pivotal moment that led to Daniel's wrongful arrest.
What's going on with you and is that your wife?
So, you have no warrant. Get away from my house. Get away from my house or I'll sue your department.
You'll do what?
House.
You'll do what?
Sue our department is what he just said.
I'll
We can back off.
your department.
Sue,
Not shoot.
not shoot. And I said it as loudly and as clearly as I could.
Get away from my house or I'll sue your department.
Just said.
I'll
We can back
sue
off.
your department.
Why not just open the door and answer their questions?
You have no warrant?
I don't need a warrant to talk to you.
I just didn't feel safe to talk to him at that point in time.
You'll do what?
Atlanta News First Investigates sent the body camera video to the Douglas County District Attorney's Office, asking it to review the incident.
No.
Less than a week later, it dismissed Daniel's case, writing in an email, "Your information prompted us to review the matter more closely. The evidence did not support the charge."
What was your reaction when you read that?
Relief, kind of like a boulder lifted off of my shoulders.
Do you think this would have been resolved as quickly as it did unless we got involved?
No, absolutely not. I'm so grateful.
You got that on video?
Without you, I would be 100% still facing trial.
It's okay, I can prove I didn't do it, so.
How's this impacted you?
I came here for a job and I no longer have that job because of this situation.
It's a wrongful arrest. It's gonna be shown.
I'm not this guy that goes around threatening cops. I respect cops and I don't think that they deserve to get threatened, but I also don't think that they deserve to go stick people with charges that didn't happen.
Andy, this is such an astonishing case. We know Big J journalism helps get results, but there is so much curiosity I have because while you are credited for helping the outcome of this case, it seems like the DA's office might not have reviewed the footage if you weren't involved. Can you talk a little more about that?
Yeah, so one of the first things that I did when I finally got the body camera video is I sent it to the police department and the DA's office. And my first question was, did you guys look at the body camera video, listen to it before you, one, arrested him, and two, indict him, essentially have a grand jury indict him? And they didn't really answer the question. I'm pretty sure what happened is that the DA's office went by the statements made by the police department and used that information to the grand jury to make that determination, simply providing them. As you know, grand juries are all one-sided, and it doesn't take much for someone to be indicted for a crime. So my expectation, what I think happened is that they simply were told, hey, this is what the multiple officers said happened. This is what multiple officers said they heard, and then the grand jury indicted him.
And it's so interesting because, not to discredit the work you did, but you didn't even really have to work that hard to, watch the body camera footage. Like, attaining is a different thing, but watching it paints a pretty clear story. Normally we have to hunt really hard, right, for the evidence to substantiate what someone's claiming, but that footage is pretty clear there. That leads me to my next point here, though. You mentioned it at the top of this when you were introducing the story. We get a lot of tips of people saying, I was falsely accused, I was wrongfully arrested, and they come, unfortunately, a dime of dozen. And we try to take each one seriously and look into it, but it is just such a common thing for us to get those tips, those phone calls, those emails. What made this case different? What made you want to take a step further and be like, okay, something is a little different here that maybe I should dedicate some time?
Yeah, so a lot of times when we get these tips or these people claiming that they were falsely arrested, we don't have the evidence because it's under investigation. It hasn't gone through, the proper court proceedings to have the case closed, because when it's under investigation or it hasn't gone to court yet, we can't get a lot of the evidence that the police department has collected, like body camera video. Luckily for us, in this case, though, is that his wife, unfortunately, was arrested. Her, as of this recording, is still facing pending misdemeanor charges involving disorderly conduct. I said, hey, your wife has a pending case. She has an attorney for her case. Can you get the body camera video that way? And so that's how I got the body camera video. Under normal circumstances, I would never have been able to get this body camera video. But as soon as he got it, he called me. He says, yep, I said exactly what I thought I said. Sue, not shoot.
Great work. I mean, I always think you do great work, but certainly our audience thought so after watching this report. Fabulous reporting. Thanks so much, Andy.
You got it.
Thank you for tuning in to Behind the Investigation with Atlanta News First Investigates. For more on this story, go to atlantanewsfirst.com and click on the A&F Investigates tab. You can listen to more award-winning investigations wherever you get your podcasts by searching Behind the Investigation with Atlanta News First. And tune in Sundays for an hour-long episode of Uncovered, where we highlight some of our biggest investigations that impact our communities.